On a chilly fall morning in the sleepy town of Opportunity, Alabama, it was a typical day. The high schoolers were starting off their morning in an all-school assembly where the principal was kicking off the new school year. When the assembly ends and it's time to return to classes, events take a turn for the worse when they realize that they're locked in. And then someone starts shooting. In her novel, This Is Where It Ends, author Marika Nijkamp unflinchingly chronicles 54 horrific minutes in just 285 pages using 4 different points of view. Though this novel does fall under the young adult category, it certainly is not for younger readers. Even the inside flap of the book says that it is for ages 14 and up, which, due to its extremely graphic nature, I full-heartedly agree with. They say that in the wake of tragedy, time seems to stand still, and this was definitely the case with this book. There were so many moments where I was reading and would be like, where are the police officers? What is taking them so long? Only to realize that it's only been 15 minutes. And because of that, I do have to applaud the author for fitting in so much detail and having it flow together so nicely and keep my interest from start to finish. However, I did give this book 3 out of 5 stars, and I had some major problems with it. Without going into spoilers, the relationships between the characters felt extremely forced, and the way each of the characters' stories intertwined felt a little too coincidental. It just seemed to fit together a little bit too nicely, and because of that, it left the story feeling very cliche, and I had a hard time being able to relate to any of the characters in any aspect of the story. At times, to be quite honest, I didn't even particularly care what was going on in the book, which in a book that is actually chronicling a school shooting says an awful lot. This book does have queer characters and diverse characters, including Hispanic and Muslim, but the way that they were incorporated into the story almost felt like the author was like, hey, you want some diverse characters? Here's a whole slew of diverse characters. It felt like they were written for the sake of having diverse characters, just to say that her book had diverse characters in it, instead of the characters themselves having diversity. I don't know if any of that makes sense, but that's what it felt like. It was almost diverse characters for the sake of having more diversity in the book. It was all about what made them diverse. The one kid who was the one Muslim at the school, or the 2 Hispanic characters that spoke Spanish a lot. They didn't talk about their culture or anything except for saying that they were Hispanic and for them speaking Spanish. The queer characters, it just felt like their queerness and their relationship defined a large aspect of the characters instead of letting them just be characters who happen to be Hispanic or Muslim or queer. It did not work for me at all, and it was even more disappointing in the end when I found out that the author is a huge advocate for more diverse characters in books. I just hoped that she would have handled these issues better than she did. Overall, I felt like this book had a lot of potential, but it just wasn't executed very well. I was expecting much more from it, and it left me feeling disappointed. In just 54 minutes, everything can change forever. And when tragedy strikes, secrets are revealed and you discover what really matters the most. In the sleepy town of Opportunity, Alabama, it seems that everyone has a reason to fear the boy with the gun. The question is, do you?